The woman in first class isn't breathing right. Mercy notices it first, not because she's looking, but because she's trained to see what others miss. The way the older woman's chest is moving too fast, then too slow. The blue tint creeping into her fingernails as she clutches her champagne glass. Then the glass shatters on the floor. The woman seizes, her body going rigid as she crashes backward. Someone screams. Mercy is already moving. She vaults over 2 seats and drops to her knees beside the convulsing woman. "Get me the emergency kit. Now!" And high-proof alcohol from the bar cart. The train hits a tunnel. In the semi-darkness, Mercy's fingers find the pulse, thready, erratic. This isn't a stroke. The pupils are too constricted. Poison. Mercy pulls her emergency kit and gets to work. Gastric lavage with whiskey. Needle decompression when the woman's breathing becomes agonal. The train screeches to an emergency halt. Mercy doesn't stop. She's doing compressions, counting, feeling the ribs flex under her palms. The woman gasps, coughs, breathes. Black-suited security guards flood the car like a SWAT team. They surround Mercy like she's the threat. They lift the woman onto a stretcher and rush her toward the platform. In the chaos, something falls from a guard's pocket. A sleek black tablet with a glowing logo. Hwan Technologies. The screen flashes. System breach detected. Mercy stares at it, her pulse still hammering from the save. She has no idea she just walked into a war. Before we dive into what happens next, where are you watching from? Drop a comment, I love hearing from you. And hey, if you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button. You know how the algorithm works. The black tablet with the Hwan Technologies logo sits in Mercy's backpack, forgotten in the chaos of saving a life. She doesn't know the woman she saved. Doesn't know the empire behind those security guards. Doesn't know that in a few hours, her quiet soul vacation will detonate into something she can't walk away from. The adrenaline should have worn off by now. Mercy's hands still shake as she unlocks her Airbnb door. A cramped studio in Itaewon that smells like someone else's life. There's blood under her fingernails. Not hers. She scrubs until the water runs clear. The woman on the train is alive because Mercy didn't hesitate. That's supposed to feel like enough. It doesn't. 14 missed calls from the U.S. Embassy. 6 texts from Cook County Hospital. She deletes them all. Thud. 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 Not a knock. A command. Mercy moves toward the door, cataloging exits and weapons. She looks through the peephole. For men in black suits. Earpieces. Military posture. And in the center, hands in his pockets like he's waiting for a taxi, is Sang-hoon. 7 years. 7 years since he kissed her goodbye outside the Harvard Library and promised to call. 7 years since he vanished, leaving nothing but a 2-sentence email. I can't explain. Please don't look for me. She opens the door. And slaps him across the face. The sound cracks through the hallway like a gunshot. His cheek is red, but he doesn't flinch. That's for the 7 years of silence, Mercy says, her voice steady. Now get out. Mercy. No. I don't care why you're here. You don't get to show up at my door with your bodyguards and act like we're anything to each other. Sang-hoon's jaw tightens. He looks different. Sharper. Older. You saved my mother. Mercy blinks. What? On the train. The woman you saved. That was my mother. The world tilts. The Hwan matriarch. The system breach alert. You're a Hwan, Mercy says slowly. As in Hwan Technologies. The 23rd richest family in South Korea. Yes. And you let me think you were just some scholarship kid from Seoul. I was protecting you. Mercy laughs, sharp and bitter. From what? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you ghosted the woman you claimed to love, disappeared into your gilded cage, and now you're back because you need something. Sang-hoon's composure cracks. She's dying. My mother is dying. And I can't save her without you. Mercy's hand is still on the door. She should slam it. Walk away. But she sees the woman on the train. The blue lips. The way Mercy's hands moved without thinking. You have 2 minutes. Start talking. Sang-hoon steps inside. My mother collapsed because she was poisoned. But she's not recovering. The hospital machines are glitching. The doctors can't explain it. So get better doctors. We have the best doctors in the country. But they're not looking for sabotage. His voice drops. Someone is using the hospital's smart grid to kill her. Slowly. If we shut down the system, we lose her anyway. He shows her security footage. A ventilator's settings changing on their own. The oxygen percentage spiking, then plummeting. They're toying with us, Sang-hoon says. I need you inside that room. You don't trust technology, you trust your hands. You saw what was wrong on the train before the machines could. Mercy wants to scream, but she sees the woman on the train again. I don't owe you anything, she says. I know. And when this is over, you don't get to ask me to stay. You don't get a second chance. I know. Then here are my terms. I'm the lead clinician. When I say get out, even your father listens. I don't answer to your family. And if you lied about any of this, I walk. Sang-hoon nods, relief flooding his face. Crystal. Good. Mercy grabs her coat and medical bag. Let's go save your mother. And then, Sang-hoon? We're done. She walks past him into the Seoul night. Behind her, so quietly she almost doesn't hear it, Sang-hoon whispers, I'm sorry. Mercy doesn't turn around. The Mercedes Maybach costs more than Mercy's student loans. She sits as far from Sang-hoon as possible, watching Seoul blur past tinted windows. One of the bodyguards, a woman with a scar bisecting her eyebrow, watches through the rearview mirror. That's Ji-won, Sang-hoon says. Head of my mother's security. The silence stretches. You cut your hair, Sang-hoon says suddenly. Mercy touches her bob. 3 years ago. It looks good. I didn't ask. He flinches. I know you don't want to hear this, but I need you to understand. No. You don't get to explain yourself like that'll make it okay. Her voice rises. You made me think I wasn't enough. That I was so easy to leave you couldn't even give me a real reason. It wasn't about you. It's always about me, Sang-hoon. You don't get to decide what's best for me and disappear. Mercy's hands shake, not from adrenaline but rage. Do you know what happened after you left? Sang-hoon's face goes pale. Mercy. I met someone. Luke. He was charming. Attentive. We got married 6 months later. She watches his jaw tighten. This is from the night I told Luke I wanted a divorce. She pulls up her sleeve, revealing a thin white scar from wrist to elbow. He put me through a glass coffee table. Sang-hoon's breath catches. Oh my God. There are more. He stalked me for 2 years. Hacked my email. Showed up at my apartment. The whole time I kept thinking, if Sang-hoon were here, he'd protect me. Mercy's voice is quiet now. Deadly. But you weren't here. You were in Seoul building your empire, while I learned to sleep with a knife under my pillow. I didn't know, he says hoarsely. I swear if I'd known, you would have done nothing. Because that's who you are. Sang-hoon's phone rings. He answers, listens, goes still. She's crashing, he says. Heart rate's dropping. Tell them to bag her manually. No machines until I get there. The car surges forward. Who wants your mother dead? Mercy asks. Business rivals. Political enemies. Board members who'd benefit from her death. He meets her eyes. Even my own brother could be manipulated. My family is a snake pit. Everyone's a suspect. They screech to a halt outside the hospital, a gleaming tower of glass and steel. The Hwan Medical Center. They take a private elevator to the 15th floor. VIP wing. Everything is automated, connected, monitored. Everything is a weapon. They burst into room 1501. The matriarch is unconscious, skin waxy and pale. A nurse is manually ventilating her, good. But the monitors are a disaster. Flickering. Erratic. The 4 pump beeping errors. Everyone out, Mercy snaps. The room clears. Mercy moves to the bedside, assessing. Pulse thready. Pupils sluggish. She checks the 4 bag. Saline. Normal. But the drip rate says it's been running at 500 milliliters per hour for 3 hours. That's enough to cause fluid overload, cardiac stress. The machines are trying to kill her, Mercy says. Slowly. So it looks like she's just failing. Can you stop it? I can keep her alive manually. But you need to find whoever's doing this. Fast. Mercy disconnects the 4 pump, switches to manual drip. How long? 6 hours. Maybe 8. She doesn't have 8 hours. Then I'll make it 4. Ji-won steps in, her face grim. The hospital just went into lockdown. The security system's been overridden. We're locked in. Mercy's blood goes cold. Whoever's doing this is here. In the building. They want to make sure we can't leave. The lights flicker. Somewhere deep in the building, an alarm starts to wail. So, Mercy's locked in with a killer, a countdown timer ticking, and Luke pulling the strings. If you're thinking this can't get worse, trust me, it does. Stick around. The alarm cuts off abruptly. The silence is worse. Mercy's hands don't stop moving. Checking pupils, feeling for pulse, counting respirations. But her mind races. Locked in. No way out. G1 status, Sang-hoon barks. Comms are down. Elevators locked on this floor. Checking fire stairs. G1 returns quickly. Fire stairs locked. Electronic locks, biometric scanners, all overridden. We're sealed in the VIP wing. Other patients? Empty. The whole wing was cleared this morning for maintenance. Ji-won's tone is sharp. Very convenient. Sang-hoon swears. His phone buzzes. He goes pale, shows Mercy the screen. You have 90 minutes to transfer $500 million to the following account, or she dies. We control the oxygen. We control the power. We control everything. Below, a countdown timer. 89:47. 89:46. Ransomware, Ji-won says. They're holding her hostage. Can you pay it? Mercy asks. If we pay, they'll know we're vulnerable, Ji-won says. They'll do it again. And if you don't, she dies in 90 minutes. Sang-hoon looks between Mercy and his mother. We don't pay. You're gambling with your mother's life. I'm refusing to let terrorists win. His voice is steel. If we pay, this never ends. We end this now. She has 90 minutes. Then we'd better work fast. He turns to Ji-won. Get to the nurse's station. Call my father. Tell him to send the external cyber team. I don't trust anyone on payroll. Ji-won nods and leaves. The lights flicker. Once. Twice. Then the monitors go dark. Mercy grabs the amber bag, fitting it over the matriarch's face. She squeezes. 1 breath. 2 breaths. Without monitors, she's flying blind. No heart rate. No blood pressure. Just her hands and instincts. Sang-hoon, I need light. He finds a pen light, holds it over the bed while Mercy works. One hand on the amber bag, the other on the matriarch's wrist. 60 beats per minute. Weak but steady. She's okay. For now. But I can't do this for 90 minutes. Then we rotate. I'll take over when you need a break. You're not trained. Then train me. Fast. Mercy almost smiles. 7 years ago, Sang-hoon couldn't stand blood. Watch. Count of 4. Squeeze, release, wait. Don't go faster or you'll hyperventilate her. The lights flicker back on. The monitors reboot. Then a new message appears. Tick-tock, Dr. Blake. We know who you are. We know what you did in Chicago. And we know Luke is very interested in your current location. Mercy's blood turns to ice. In the bottom corner, a logo she'd hoped never to see again. Sentinel Cybersecurity Solutions. Luke's company. Oh God, she whispers. Mercy, talk to me. It's him. Luke. My ex-husband. He's the one doing this. Sang-hoon goes very still. The man who hurt you. He works for Sentinel. I thought he was still in Chicago. Panic claws up her throat. How did he find me? I changed everything. Mercy. He's here. In this building. And he knows exactly where I am. Fear condenses into this single moment. We need to leave. Now. We're not leaving. Sang-hoon's hands are on her shoulders, steady and warm. Look at me. She does. He's not going to touch you. Not while I'm breathing. Do you understand? You don't know what he's capable of. I know what you're capable of. You saved my mother on a moving train with nothing but whiskey and guts. You walked into this death trap because it was right. His grip tightens. You are the strongest person I've ever met. And I'm not going to let some coward with a keyboard hurt you again. Mercy wants to believe him. But she knows better. He won't stop, she says quietly. He never stops. Then neither do we. A sound from the doorway. Ji-won is back with a man. 50s, expensive suit, the face of someone used to being obeyed. Father, Sang-hoon says coldly. Mr. Hwan stares at the monitors, the countdown timer. 72:14. You're not paying, he says. No. Good. The company can appear weak. This isn't about the company. Everything is about the company. Mr. Hwan looks at Mercy. You're the doctor from the train. Can you keep my wife alive for 72 more minutes? Not thank you. Not please help. Just cold calculation. I can try, Mercy says. Try harder. He turns to Sang-hoon. I'm shutting down the hospital's network. Cutting power to every floor. That'll kill her, Mercy says flatly. She's on manual ventilation. Cut the oxygen supply, she's got 3 minutes before brain damage. I don't care about trauma. I care about our technology infrastructure. No, Sang-hoon says. The room goes silent. Excuse me? Mr. Hwan's eyes flicker dangerously. I said no. We're not moving her. We're not shutting down the network. And we're going to find another way. There is no other way. Then I'll make one. Sang-hoon steps between his father and the bed. This is my operation. My call. Leave. For a long moment, Mercy thinks Mr. Hwan will strike his son. Instead, he smiles. Cold. Reptilian. You're weak. Just like her. Sentiment makes you vulnerable. Get out. Mr. Hwan looks at Ji-won. Remove him from the premises. Ji-won doesn't move. I take orders from Mrs. Hwan, and she's unconscious, which means the next in command is her son. So I suggest you leave, sir. Before I make you. Mr. Hwan's face goes purple. You're all fired. When this is over, you can have your tantrum, Sang-hoon interrupts. But right now, get out of my way. Mr. Hwan turns and walks out. Sang-hoon exhales, hands shaking. He's going to shut down the network anyway, Mercy says. He doesn't care if she dies. I know. Sang-hoon looks at the timer. 68:22. Which means we have an hour to save her and stop him. Mercy sits with terrible hospital coffee, preparing to relive the worst years of her life. But time is a luxury they don't have. 59:47 on the countdown. Luke is meticulous. Mercy starts. Everything planned weeks, months in advance. He doesn't improvise. He scripts. How did you meet him? A hospital fundraiser. 6 months after you disappeared. Mercy takes a sip, grimaces. He was charming. Attentive. Like he'd studied me. He proposed after 3 months. Married a week later. Sang-hoon's jaw tightens, but he doesn't interrupt. The first 6 months were perfect. Then slowly things shifted. He'd check my phone. Ask where I'd been. At first, he framed it as concern. Mercy's voice is clinical. She's told this story before. It escalated. Tracking software. Hacked email. Convinced my friends I was paranoid. Classic control tactics, Ji-won mutters. When I finally left, he stalked me for 2 years. Showed up at the hospital. Sent gifts with GPS trackers. The police couldn't help. He was too smart. Never left evidence. Mercy meets Sang-hoon's eyes. He worked in cybersecurity. Knew exactly how to cover his tracks. How did you get away? I didn't. He got a job offer in Seoul. Some big contract. He left, and I thought I was free. Mercy's laugh is hollow. I should have known better. Sang-hoon pulls up information. Sentinel Cybersecurity. Seoul office opened 18 months ago. Their client list includes Hwan Medical Center. The room goes cold. Luke's company designed the security infrastructure here, Sang-hoon says. The smart grid. The automated systems. He didn't find you by accident. He's been waiting. Your passport. Immigration scans, Ji-won says. If he has database access. He's been tracking me this whole time. Mercy stands, pacing. And when the news reported an American doctor on the train, he knew exactly where I'd end up. This isn't about my mother, Sang-hoon says. She's bait. Luke wants you. Then he's going to be disappointed, Sang-hoon says. Because you're not going anywhere near him. The lights flicker. This time, they don't come back on. Emergency lighting kicks in, bathing the room in dim red. The monitors flatline. The ventilator alarm wails before cutting off. Mercy's already moving, grabbing the amber bag. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. G1, what's happening? Power's out. Backup generators aren't kicking in. Gun drawn. Someone physically cut the power. Luke, Mercy breathes. Footsteps from the hallway. Slow. Deliberate. G1 aims her weapon. Show yourself. A figure steps into the dim light. Luke looks exactly the same. Same smile. Same eyes that used to make her feel safe. Hello, Mercy. I've missed you. Time fractures. Mercy is back in her Chicago apartment, glass cutting her arms. In the grocery store, feeling his eyes. Filing restraining orders that won't stop him. Don't move, Ji-won warns. Luke raises his hands. I'm not armed. Just here to talk. You cut the power, Sang-hoon says, stepping between Luke and Mercy. You're holding my mother hostage. I'm creating leverage. Luke's eyes don't leave Mercy. You look good. Seoul agrees with you. Get out, Mercy manages. We have unfinished business. You left without saying goodbye. That was rude. You put her through a table, Sang-hoon growls. She was being dramatic. Mercy has a tendency to overreact. Luke shrugs. Here's how this works. Mercy comes with me. We talk. Then I restore power, release the lockdown, everyone goes home happy. And if we refuse? Ji-won asks. Then Mrs. Hwan dies in 53 minutes. And it'll be Mercy's fault. Again. Mercy's hands are still squeezing the amber bag. 1 breath. 2 breaths. The matriarch is alive because of her. But Luke is right. If she doesn't go, he'll kill this woman to prove he can. Okay, Mercy says. No, Sang-hoon snaps. Absolutely not. I don't have a choice. There's always a choice. Not this time. Mercy meets his eyes. Trust me. I have a plan. Let me go with him. Mercy. Please. Sang-hoon steps aside, fists clenched. Luke's smile widens. Smart girl. Come on. Mercy hands the amba bag to Sang-hoon. 4-count rhythm. Don't let her die. I won't. She walks toward Luke, every instinct screaming at her to run. But she's done running. Luke leads her to an electrical room. Inside, servers, junction boxes, cables. In the center, a laptop connected to the building's power grid. You did all this, Mercy says. Just to get to me. I told you I'd never let you go. He closes the door. Did you really think moving across the world would change that? I thought you'd moved on. From you? Never. We're meant to be together. He steps closer. You know that. We're divorced. A piece of paper doesn't change what we are. And what are we, Luke? His smile turns cold. Mine. You're mine. And I'm going to prove it. He reaches for her. Mercy moves. 7 years of self-defense classes, 2 years of therapy, and a lifetime of refusing to be a victim. All of it converges. She grabs his wrist, twists, drives her knee into his stomach. Luke doubles over. Mercy slams her elbow into the back of his neck, sending him to the floor. Before he can recover, she's at the laptop. The screen shows the hospital's power grid. Luke's malware nested deep in the code. Mercy rips the power cable from the wall. The screen goes dark. Alarms blare as systems reboot. Emergency generators roar. Lights flicker on. No! Luke lunges. Mercy sidesteps. He crashes into the server rack. Sparks fly. He screams. The door bursts open. G1 and security guards flood in, weapons drawn. Down on the ground. Luke is already down, cradling his burned hand, face twisted with rage. You bitch. I just did. Mercy steps over him. And if you ever come near me again, I'll make sure you regret it. G1 hauls Luke to his feet, cuffing him. Seoul Metropolitan Police are coming. You're going to have a lot of explaining to do. Mercy doesn't wait. She's already running back to the room. Sang-hoon is still bagging the matriarch, face pale with effort. The monitors are rebooting. Heart rate, 68. Blood pressure, 110/70. Oxygen saturation, 94%. She's alive. You did it, Sang-hoon says, looking at Mercy with awe. You actually did it. Mercy takes the amba bag from his shaking hands. Not yet. We still have work to do. But for the first time in 7 years, she believes they might actually survive this. The matriarch's vitals stabilize over 20 minutes. Mercy watches the monitors. Heart rate, 72. Blood pressure, 118/76. Oxygen saturation, 96%. She's breathing on her own, shallow, but consistent. Mercy switches her to a non-rebreather mask. It's the closest thing to a miracle Mercy's seen in years. Luke's in custody, Sang-hoon says, hanging up his phone. They're charging him with attempted murder, cyber terrorism, stalking across international borders. They asked if you want to press charges. I already pressed charges in Chicago. 5 times. He had lawyers. Made me look crazy. This time's different. He was caught in the act. With witnesses. Korea doesn't play games with cyber terrorism. Sang-hoon moves closer. He can't hurt you anymore. She wants to believe him. But she's heard those words before. A sound at the door. Mr. Hwan arrives with lawyers. 3 in identical suits. 2 corporate security. Mr. Hwan doesn't look at his unconscious wife. He looks at the monitors. Systems are back online, he says. Good. He turns to a lawyer. Draft a press release. Frame this as attempted corporate espionage thwarted by our security team. No mention of family. No mention of ransom. You can't be serious, Mercy says. Every head turns. Your wife nearly died. And you're worried about press releases. Mr. Hwan looks at her like she's an insect. Dr. Blake, how we handle our family's public image is not your concern. Your wife is my concern. She needs to be transferred to a real ICU, not this technological death trap. This hospital has the most advanced medical technology in Asia. Technology that almost killed her. Mercy steps forward. She needs analog care. Hands-on medicine. Not machines that can be compromised. I'll take your concerns under advisement. Dismissive. He turns to Sang-hoon. The board wants a meeting. Tomorrow. 7 a.m. Mercy watches Mr. Hwan leave. Your son stood up to you tonight. Maybe you should ask yourself why that was necessary. Mr. Hwan doesn't turn around. Doesn't acknowledge her. Just walks out. 20 minutes later, the monitors start beeping. Not steady beeps. Urgent alarms. The matriarch's heart rate spikes. 120, 140. 160, blood pressure plummets. 90/60ths. 80/50ths. 70/40ths. What's happening? Sang-hoon demands. Mercy's already at the bedside. She's going into shock. She hits the call button. Get me epinephrine. A nurse rushes in. Mercy draws up medication, injecting it. This doesn't make sense, she mutters. She was stable. What changed? Sang-hoon stares at the 4-bag. Mercy. Look. The saline bag she personally hung an hour ago is nearly empty. But the drip rate should have lasted hours. Someone changed it. When did the medical team last come in? Mercy asks. About 20 minutes ago. Dr. Park checked her vitals and adjusted the 4. Dr. Park, the nurse describes him. 50s. Gray hair. Expensive watch. Mr. Hwan's personal physician. He poisoned her again, Mercy breathes. Your father ordered him to finish the job. No. He wouldn't. Wouldn't he? You defied him. Made him look weak. Men like your father don't forgive that. They eliminate threats. The matriarch's monitors are still screaming. Mercy gives her everything. Epinephrine, fluids, oxygen. But the woman is slipping. We need to move her, Sang-hoon says. Where? He owns this hospital. Then we leave. Now. She's not stable. She's not safe. Sang-hoon pulls out his phone. We extract her. Tonight. Before my father realizes she's still alive. If we move her, she might die. If we don't, she definitely dies. Steel in his voice. Make your choice, Dr. Blake. Mercy looks at the woman who's survived poisoning, hacking, and now a second assassination attempt. The woman who deserves better than to die in her husband's hospital. Get G1. And find me portable equipment and enough medication for 6 hours. Where are we going? I don't know yet. But we're not staying here. G1 arrives with 4 trusted guards and the equipment Mercy requested. We have a 20-minute window, G1 explains. Security shift change at 3 a.m. We go through service corridors to the loading dock. Medical transport waiting. And then, Mercy asks. Safe house in Buckshin. Off the grid. No digital infrastructure. Your father will know she's gone within the hour, Mercy says to Sang-hoon. I know, which is why I'm going to the board meeting tomorrow and telling them everything. Determination in his jaw. The poisoning. The hacking. The second attempt. All of it. On record. He'll destroy you. Probably. But he won't be able to touch her. They disconnect the matriarch from wall-mounted systems, switch to portable equipment. Battery-powered ventilator. Wireless monitor. It's untraceable. Unhackable. Safe. Let's move, G1 says. They roll the gurney into the hallway, guards in formation. Service corridors empty, fluorescent lights humming. Their footsteps echo against concrete. They're almost to the loading dock when the lights go out. Not flickering. Gone. Emergency lighting doesn't kick in. Only darkness. Backup generators? Sang-hoon whispers. We're supposed to be on emergency circuit, G1 replies. Someone cut them manually. A voice echoes from the darkness. Cold. Familiar. Mr. Hwan. Did you really think you could steal my wife from my own hospital? Lights blaze on. Floodlights. Mr. Hwan stands between them and the exit, flanked by a dozen armed guards. Bring her back to her room. Now. G1 raises her weapon. Move and I shoot. You're outnumbered. Outgunned. You know it. We're not going back, Sang-hoon says. Mr. Hwan looks at his son with pity and contempt. If you don't, I'll have Dr. Blake arrested for kidnapping. G1 charged with assault. And I'll make sure your mother never wakes up to contradict me. You'd really kill her? Mercy asks. I'd really protect my family. From external threats and internal ones. His eyes land on Sang-hoon. Sentiment is weakness. And weakness gets people killed. You're wrong. Sang-hoon's voice is steady. Sentiment is what makes us human. He pulls out a gun. Every security guard aims at him. Put it down, Sang-hoon. No. He turns the gun on the nearest guard. But I'll shoot them. Every single one. Before I let you take her back to die. The guard's eyes widen. Call them off. Now. Or I find out if I'm really as weak as you think. Father and son stare at each other. Stand down, Mr. Hwan says finally. Weapons lower. Mr. Hwan turns to Sang-hoon. You're choosing emotion over logic. A dying woman over an empire. I'm choosing right over wrong. Finally. Gun still raised. We're leaving. And if you send anyone after us, I'll go to the media. The police. The board. I'll burn down everything you've built. You'll regret this. I regret not doing it sooner. They move toward the exit. Load the matriarch into the van. As they pull away, Mercy looks back. Mr. Hwan stands in the loading dock, alone, watching his son drive away. He doesn't look angry. He looks empty. Okay, real talk. Did you expect Sang-hoon to actually pull a gun on his own father? Because I didn't see that coming when I started writing this. The next chapter gets wild. You've been warned. The safe house is a hanok, traditional Korean house in Bukshin's winding streets. Wooden beams and paper doors. No smart technology. No automated systems. Just oil lamps, manual locks, and Mercy's hands. They set up the matriarch in the main room. Battery-powered monitor beeping steadily. Ventilator humming. For now. Battery life? Mercy asks Ji-won. 6 hours on the ventilator. 8 on the monitor. After that, Sang-hoon is on his phone. I have a friend at Samsung Medical Center. Cardiologist. Discreet. She can bring supplies in 2, maybe 3 hours. Mercy checks her watch. 4:47 a.m. The sun will be up soon. And with it, Mr. Hwan's full resources. She looks at the woman who's survived more in 12 hours than most survive in a lifetime. Gray skin. Sunken eyes. The body giving up. She needs a hospital, Mercy says quietly. We can't risk it. Not yet. Sang-hoon pockets his phone. 24 hours. My friend at the prosecutor's office is filing an emergency injunction against my father in the morning. Once that's in place, we can move her somewhere safe. She might not have 24 hours. Then we make her last. The matriarch crashes at 6 a.m. The monitor starts alarming. Heart rate dropping. Blood pressure tanking. Oxygen saturation plummeting. No, 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 Mercy breathes. This isn't mechanical failure. This is the body giving up. What's happening? Her heart's failing. The poison, the stress, the second dose, it's catching up. Mercy draws up medication. I need a defibrillator. We don't have one. The monitor flatlines. The long, sustained tone of a stopped heart. Mercy doesn't hesitate. She rips open the woman's gown and begins compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pushing hard enough to crack ribs. Come on, Mercy grits out. 15 compressions. 2 breaths from the amber bag. Don't you dare die. Not after everything. What can I do? Sang-hoon asks. Count. Out loud. Keep me on rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. They fall into cadence. Mercy's compressions. Sang-hoon's counting. Desperate hope. 1 minute. 2, 3. Mercy's hands are cramping. Sweat dripping. But she doesn't stop. Mercy, Sang-hoon says gently. She's gone. No. It's been 5 minutes. I said no. Harder. Faster. She doesn't get to die because your father's a monster. She doesn't get to die because I wasn't good enough. The monitor beeps. Once. Twice. A rhythm. Mercy stops, hands shaking. The matriarch's heart is beating. Weak. Erratic. But beating. Oh my God, Sang-hoon whispers. Mercy checks everything twice because she doesn't trust the miracle. But it's real. The woman is alive. How? Sheer stubbornness, maybe. Mercy adjusts the oxygen, hands trembling. But she's not stable. That could happen again. What do we need? A hospital. A real ICU. I'll make it happen. Mercy stays at the bedside, one hand on the woman's wrist, feeling the fragile pulse. I don't know if you can hear me, she says quietly. But your son is fighting for you. Really fighting. So you need to hold on. For him. The matriarch's fingers twitch. Slightly. But Mercy sees it. At 8 a.m., the power goes out. Not just the hanok. The entire neighborhood. Street lights. Traffic signals. Everything. That's not a coincidence, Ji-won says. He found us. How? We disabled tracking. Took back roads. He owns half the city. Someone saw us. Ji-won moves to the window. We need to move. She just came back from the dead. We move her, we might finish the job. Mercy switches equipment to battery power. How long? Minutes. Maybe less. Sang-hoon looks between his mother and the door. We stay. We make our stand here. Sang-hoon. I'm done running. Ji-won nods. Then we do it smart. Dr. Blake, keep her alive. We'll keep you safe. Mercy disconnects the ventilator and switches to manual ventilation. The amber bag. Her hands. The most basic medicine there is. 1 breath. 2, 3. Engines outside. Car doors. Boots on cobblestone. Mr. Hwan's voice amplified. Sang-hoon. Come out. Bring my wife. This doesn't have to get ugly. Sang-hoon moves to the window. It's already ugly. You tried to kill her. Twice. Last chance. Come out now, and I'll make this quick. Force my hand, and I'll make you watch while she dies. Mercy's hands tighten on the amber bag. Don't go. I have to. No. 7 years ago, you chose your family over me. over truth, over everything. But today you chose differently. You chose right. And I'm not letting you throw that away. Then what do? We fight. Together. The first gunshot shatters the silence. Ji-won returns fire from the rooftop. The world explodes into chaos. Mercy throws herself over the matriarch, shielding her from gunfire punching through paper walls. The amba bag is still in her hands. Still ventilating, still counting breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't hold, a guard yells. The tunnels, Mercy says. What? Traditional hammocks. Tunnels underneath. For servants. Escape routes. Not certain. A guess. Check under the floorboards. Ji-won rips up wooden slats. There, a trapdoor. Mercy, you're a genius. They work in frenzy. Disconnecting equipment. Lifting the matriarch. Mercy keeps the amba bag going. Ji-won goes down first. Clear. Move. They lower the gurney, Mercy climbing down with it, never stopping ventilations. Sang-hoon follows, then the guards. Above, the firefight continues. Down here, only the sound of breathing. They move through the tunnel, ancient, cramped, smelling of earth. Mercy's arms scream, but she doesn't stop. 1 breath. 2, 3. This is what it means to save a life. Not heroic moments, but quiet, exhausting work of refusing to let someone die. They emerge in a tea house basement 3 blocks away. The owner lets them through without questions. Ji-won has a car waiting. They load the matriarch, Mercy still ventilating. Samsung Medical Center, Sang-hoon says. Don't stop for anything. The car peels out. Behind them, sirens. The hammock probably burning. But they're alive. Mercy keeps pumping, arms beyond pain, operating on pure will. How long have you been doing that? Sang-hoon asks. Mercy checks her watch. 3 hours. Jesus. You need to rest. I'll rest when she's safe. Another squeeze. How far? 10 minutes. Then I can last 10 more. She does. Barely. By the time they reach Samsung Medical Center's emergency entrance, Mercy's hands are locked around the amba bag. She physically can't let go. Sang-hoon has to pry her fingers open. A medical team rushes out. They take over, load the matriarch onto a proper gurney, disappear into the hospital. Mercy stands in the ambulance bay, arms hanging uselessly. You did it, Sang-hoon says softly. She's alive because of you. She's alive because you finally fought back. Voice hoarse. 7 years too late, but you got there. I'm sorry. For everything. For leaving. For not being brave enough when it mattered. I don't forgive you. Not yet. Maybe not ever. I know. But I see you now. The person you're trying to become. And that's something. It's not absolution. Not closure. But it's honest. And honest feels like enough. 2 hours have passed since the surgical team rushed Mrs. Hwan through those double doors. 2 hours of Mercy sitting in this plastic chair at Samsung Medical Center, unable to process that she'd actually done it, kept a woman alive through manual ventilation for over 3 hours. Her arms still don't feel real. The blisters on her palms throb with every heartbeat. The waiting room smells like disinfectant and bad coffee. Sang-hoon has been pacing the entire time. Ji-won sits beside Mercy, a blanket draped over Mercy's shoulders. She can't feel her arms. That's probably for the best. Sang-hoon has been pacing for 2 hours, since the doctors took his mother into surgery. You should eat, Ji-won says, appearing with cafeteria food. Not hungry. Eat anyway. You've been running on adrenaline for 12 hours. Mercy manages 3 bites before her stomach revolts. The police want statements, Ji-won continues. From all of us. What are you going to tell them? The truth. That Mr. Hwan tried to murder his wife to protect his company. That his son had to break her out to save her. Ji-won's expression is grim. The media is already circling. This will be the scandal of the decade. Good. He should burn for what he did. A doctor emerges, still in scrubs. Everyone stands. Family of Mrs. Hwan? Sang-hoon rushes forward. How is she? Stable. The surgery went well. We removed the toxins, repaired the cardiac damage. She's responding to treatment. The doctor smiles, genuine. She's going to make it. Sang-hoon's knees buckle. Ji-won catches him. When can I see her? She's in recovery. Give us an hour, then you can visit. 5 minutes at a time. She needs rest. Can Dr. Blake come with me? The surgeon looks at Mercy. You're the one who kept her alive in the field? Manually ventilated for over 3 hours? I've never seen anything like it. He nods. Yes. But briefly. They wait in a different room. Cleaner. Quieter. Windows overlooking the city. Sang-hoon hasn't stopped crying. Silent tears he doesn't wipe away. I almost lost her. Twice. Because I was too afraid to stand up to him. But you did. When it mattered. 7 years too late. Better late than dead. Mercy shifts. What happens now? To your father? He'll be arrested. Probably this afternoon. The company will survive, too big to fail. But his reputation? Gone. And you? I'll probably inherit his job. The board will want continuity. He finally wipes his eyes. I'll spend the next decade cleaning up his mess. Is that what you want? Long silence. I want to build something different. A company that doesn't sacrifice people for profit. That gives a damn about doing the right thing. He looks at Mercy. I know that sounds naive, but I saw what happens when you prioritize empire over humanity. It's not naive. It's hard, but not naive. A nurse appears. Mrs. Hwan is ready for visitors. The ICU is everything the Hwan Medical Center wasn't. Analog. Simple. Safe. The matriarch is awake. Barely. Eyes half open, breathing shallow but steady. Simple oxygen mask. Basic monitors. But alive. Mom, Sang-hoon whispers, taking her hand. She turns her head slowly. A small smile. You look terrible, she rasps. Sang-hoon laughs through tears. You're one to talk. Where am I? Samsung Medical Center. Safe. You're safe. Her eyes sharpen. Your father. He tried. I know. I stopped him. He can't hurt you anymore. The matriarch's gaze shifts to Mercy. You. The train. That was me. Thank you. 2 words carrying the weight of a life saved. You're welcome. The matriarch looks back at her son. You stood up to him. I did. Good. Took you long enough. She closes her eyes, exhausted. Proud of you. Sang-hoon breaks down. Mercy looks away, giving privacy. Rest now, Mercy says. You've been through hell. Will you stay? Help me. I don't know. I have a life in Chicago. A job. I'll triple your salary. It's not about money. Then what is it about? Mercy looks at Sang-hoon. It's complicated. The matriarch's eyes open, sharp despite pain. Because of my son. Yes. Did he hurt you? He left me. 7 years ago. No explanation. Mercy's voice is steady. I spent those years thinking I wasn't enough. And now I know the truth. That he was afraid. That he chose his family over his happiness. Over me. I don't know if I can forgive that. Good. Don't forgive him. The matriarch's smile is slight but fierce. Make him earn it. Every day. For the rest of his life if necessary. My son is brilliant. Loyal. Kind. But he's also a coward when it comes to standing up for what he wants. She coughs, and Sang-hoon adjusts her oxygen. Don't make this easy for him. He ran once. Make sure he never runs again. They're escorted out after 5 minutes. Sang-hoon leans against the wall, face in his hands. Your mother is terrifying, Mercy says. She's right though. About everything. I was a coward. I ran because it was easier than fighting. Yes. You did. I don't know how to fix that. You don't. You can't fix the past. You can only change the future. Mercy crosses her arms. I'm going back to Chicago. My flight leaves tomorrow. Tomorrow? I came here for a vacation. Instead, I got caught up in your family's drama, nearly got killed, and spent 3 hours manually ventilating your mother. I think I've earned a break. Mercy, please. Don't go. Not yet. Why? Because I love you. Because I never stopped loving you. Because leaving you was the biggest mistake of my life, and I'd do anything to make it right. The words hang in sterile air. Mercy imagined this moment for 7 years. Thought it would feel triumphant. Instead, it just feels sad. I don't love you anymore, she says quietly. I did once. But that person died the day you left. I had to become someone new to survive. Someone harder. Someone who doesn't wait for men to decide she's worth fighting for. I know. I killed that version of you. And I'll regret it forever. Good. You should. Mercy softens slightly. But maybe that's okay. Maybe we both needed to become different people. Stronger people. And what do you want? I want a life where I'm not constantly looking over my shoulder. Where I can trust someone without waiting for disappointment. She meets his eyes. Can you give me that? I don't know. But I want to try. Trying isn't enough. Then I'll do more than try. I'll prove it. Every day. For as long as it takes. Mercy wants to believe him. But she's been burned before. I need time. To think. To process. To figure out if I even want to open that door again. How much time? I don't know. Months. Maybe years. I'll wait. Don't put your life on hold for me. Build your new company. Stand up to your father. Become the person you should have been. And if, when I'm ready, you're still that person, then maybe we can talk. And if you decide you don't want anything to do with me, then at least you'll have lived your life on your own terms. That's worth something. Sang-hoon nods slowly. You're right. As always. I'm a doctor. I'm always right. He almost smiles. I'm going to miss you. Good. You should. They stand in the hallway, two people who loved each other once and might again. But not today. Not yet. Maybe not ever. And somehow Mercy is okay with that. The next afternoon, Mercy is at Incheon Airport. Her flight to Chicago leaves in 2 hours. Her phone buzzes. Asterisk, thank you for saving my mother. And for saving my son from becoming like his father. If you change your mind about staying, the offer stands. If not, I understand. Be well, Dr. Blake. You deserve happiness. Mrs. Hwan asterisk. Mercy types back. Take care of yourself. And make Sang-hoon work for it. The response is immediate. Oh, I intend to. Another message. Ji-won, you're a badass. Don't forget it. And if you ever need someone to have your back, call me. Mercy saves the number. A third message. Sang-hoon, I know you said not to wait, but I'm going to anyway. Not because I think you owe me anything, but because some people are worth waiting for. You taught me that. Safe travels, Mercy. I hope Chicago treats you better than Seoul did. Mercy stares at the message. She doesn't respond, but she doesn't delete it either. She turns off her phone, picks up her carry-on, and boards her flight. As the plane lifts off, Seoul shrinking beneath her, Mercy closes her eyes. She saved a life, faced her abuser, stood up to a billionaire, and she walked away on her own terms. That's enough. For now, it's enough. I know what you're thinking. She's on a plane, it's over, roll credits. But here's the thing about endings, sometimes they're just intermissions. 3 months can change everything. 3 months later. Chicago. Mercy's life in Chicago had found its rhythm again. Morning runs along the lakefront, watching the sunrise paint the water gold. 12-hour shifts at Cook County Hospital, where the chaos felt manageable, predictable. Therapy every Thursday with Dr. Patterson, slowly unpacking the weight of Seoul. She'd even started dating a cardiologist named Marcus who was kind and uncomplicated and nothing like the men who'd broken her heart. It was a good life. A safe life. The kind of life she'd fought for during those 2 years running from Luke. The kind of life she thought she'd never have. She didn't think about Sang-hoon every day anymore. Maybe twice a week. Sometimes only when she passed the Korean restaurant on Clark Street. She told herself that meant she was healing. And then her phone rang. Mercy is at Navy Pier when her phone rings. Dr. Blake? This is Kim Ji-won. Mercy's breath catches. Ji-won, is everything okay? Is Mrs. Hwan? She's fine. Thriving, actually. Terrorizing the board daily. A pause. I'm calling because I'm in Chicago. And I need to talk to you. In person. About Sang-hoon. And a very stupid decision he's about to make. They meet at a coffee shop in Lincoln Park. He's moving here, Ji-won says without preamble. To Chicago. In 2 weeks. Mercy's coffee cup freezes. What? He's opening a cybersecurity firm. Sentinel Defense Systems. Bought the name from Luke's bankruptcy auction. Says he's turning something that hurt you both into something good. That's insane. That's what I said. But here's the thing, he's not doing it to chase you. He explicitly told me to make sure you knew that. He's doing it because he needs to prove to himself that he can build something on his own. Away from his family. In my city. He says Chicago is where he was happiest. When you two were together. Ji-won's expression softens. I'm here because he made me promise not to tell you. But I think that's bullshit. You deserve to know. Deserve to decide if you want him here, or if you want me to talk him out of it. Mercy stares at her coffee. What do you think I should do? That's not my call. But I'll tell you this, I've known a lot of powerful men. Most talk about change. Sang-hoon actually did it. He walked away from billions. Stood up to his father. Sold everything to start over. She meets Mercy's eyes. The question isn't whether he's changed. The question is whether you're willing to find out. That night, Mercy can't sleep. She pulls up Sang-hoon's last message from 3 months ago. Thank you for saving my mother. And for saving me from becoming my father. I don't expect forgiveness. But I want you to know, I'm trying to be better. Every day. Whether you see it or not. Be well, Mercy. She never responded. Now she types. Ji-won told me about Chicago. About Sentinel. We need to talk. She hits send. The response comes 30 seconds later. I'm on a flight to O'Hare. Landing in 6 hours. Can I see you? Please. Mercy stares. Then types, Navy Pier. 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be there. He's early. Mercy arrives at 7:55 and Sang-hoon is already by the railing, staring at Lake Michigan. He looks different. Thinner. Off-the-rack suit. Longer hair. He looks like a man who's been fighting a war with himself. You came, he says. You moved to my city without telling me. I was going to tell you. After I got settled. After I proved I could do this. I didn't want you to think I was chasing you. Aren't you? No. Yes. I don't know. He runs a hand through his hair. I'm moving to Chicago because this is where I need to be. Where I can build something real, away from my family's shadow. But am I hoping that being in the same city means I might see you sometimes? That maybe we could grab coffee? That eventually you might forgive me? Yes. I'm hoping for all of that. That's not fair to me. I know. Which is why I told Ji-won not to tell you. I was going to keep my distance. And if we ran into each other, I'd deal with it then. Except Ji-won told me anyway. Because she's smarter than both of us. Mercy crosses her arms. I spent 7 years getting over you. Building a life that doesn't revolve around waiting. And now you show up, ready to start over, and I'm supposed to just, what? Welcome you back. No. God, no. He steps closer. I expect you to live your life. Date other people. Be happy. And I'll live mine. Build my company. Try to be the man I should have been. And if our paths cross, if someday you decide I'm worth a second chance, I'll be here. But if you don't, his voice cracks. Then at least I'll have tried. Mercy studies his face. Looking for the lie. She doesn't find it. I saved your mother's life. Faced down my abuser. Helped you escape your father. And you know what I realized? What? That I'm done being someone's second choice. Done waiting for men to grow spines. She meets his eyes. You left me once. You don't get to do it again. I know. I'm not finished. If I give you another chance, and that's a massive if, you don't get to run when things get hard. You don't get to choose your family over me. You don't get to disappear. You stay. You fight. You prove every single day that I'm not making a mistake. Are we clear? Crystal. And I need time. To watch you. To see if this version of you is real, or just another mask. How much time? I don't know. Weeks. Months. As long as it takes. I'll wait. As long as you need. Mercy takes a breath. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to build your company. I'm going to keep working at Cook County. And maybe we'll grab coffee. As friends. And we'll see where it goes from there. Friends. For now. That's all I can offer. Then I'll take it. Sang-hoon's smile is small but genuine. Thank you, Mercy. For not slamming the door completely. Don't make me regret it. I won't. I promise. 6 weeks later. They've had coffee 4 times. Every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Same coffee shop near Mercy's apartment. It's careful. Polite. They talk about work, about Chicago, about everything except the 7 years between them. Mercy watches him. The way he tips generously. The way he talks about his employees with genuine pride. The way he turns down a lucrative contract because it violates his ethics charter. He's different. Or maybe he's finally who he was supposed to be. On the 5th Tuesday, Sang-hoon doesn't show up. Mercy waits 20 minutes. Then 30. She's about to leave when her phone rings. I'm so sorry. Sang-hoon's voice is strained. Emergency at the office. Server breach. I can't leave right now. It's fine. We'll reschedule. No. I mean, can you come here? To the office? I want you to see what we're building. Mercy hesitates. Going to his office feels like crossing a line. But curiosity wins. Send me the address. Sentinel Defense Systems is in a converted warehouse in the West Loop. Small. Scrappy. Nothing like the Hwan Empire. Sang-hoon meets her at the door, exhausted. Sorry for the chaos. We're handling a breach for a women's shelter. Someone's trying to access their client database. We think it's an abusive ex trying to find his wife. Mercy's blood runs cold. Can you stop him? We're trying. But he's good. Sang-hoon leads her inside. The office buzzes with activity. Developers typing. Ji-won coordinating with the shelter. Calls with law enforcement. This is what you do. Mercy asks. Protect people? It's what we try to do. Doesn't always work. But when it does, he pulls up a screen. Last month, we stopped a stalker from accessing a survivor's location. 2 weeks ago, we helped a hospital prevent ransomware. It's not glamorous, but it matters. Mercy watches him work for the next hour. Watches him stay calm under pressure. Make decisions that prioritize people over profit. Talk to his team with respect. This isn't performative. This is real. When the breach is finally contained, Sang-hoon collapses into a chair. We did it. She's safe. You did good, Mercy says quietly. We did good. Team effort. He looks up. Thanks for coming. For seeing this. It's better than coffee. He blinks. Yeah. Mercy sits beside him. I spent 3 months watching you from a distance. Waiting for you to slip up. To prove you're still the same guy who ran. But you're not, are you? I'm trying not to be. You're succeeding. She takes a breath. I think I'm ready. Ready for what? To stop calling this coffee. To start calling it what it is. Which is? Dating. We're dating, Sang-hoon. Slowly. Carefully. But dating. His face lights up. Really. But with rules. No grand gestures. No rushing. One day at a time. And the second you start acting like the old you, the one who ran, I'm out. Understood. He reaches for her hand, then stops. Can I? Not yet. We're not there yet. Okay. I can wait. Good. Because I'm worth waiting for. You are. You absolutely are. 3 months later. They're at Mercy's apartment cooking dinner together. Well, Sang-hoon is cooking. Mercy is on the counter, drinking wine and providing commentary. You're burning the garlic. I am not. He checks the pan. Okay, I'm burning the garlic. I told you to watch it. You distracted me by looking beautiful. That's not a valid excuse. He laughs and dumps the burned garlic. Starting over. It's domestic. Easy. The kind of moment Mercy never thought she'd have with him. Can I ask you something? Sang-hoon says, starting fresh. Depends on the question. Do you think about him? Luke. Mercy goes still. Sometimes. Not as much as I used to. Therapy helps. Knowing he's in prison helps more. Do you ever worry I'll turn out like him? No. The answer comes quickly. Honestly. Luke never changed. Never tried to. You're different. You did the work. You're still doing the work. But what if I mess up? What if I disappoint you again? Then we'll deal with it. Together. That's how relationships work. She hops off the counter. I'm not expecting perfection. I'm expecting honesty. Effort. The willingness to fight for this even when it's hard. I can do that. Good. Because I'm all in now. And if you break my heart again, G1 will kill you. She already told me that. In graphic detail. Mercy laughs. I like her more every day. They finish cooking. Eat dinner on her couch. Watch a movie neither pays attention to. And when Sang-hoon kisses her goodnight at the door, it feels like coming home. Not to the past. To something new. Something worth fighting for. 1 year later. Mrs. Hwan is visiting Chicago. She insists on meeting Mercy for lunch at an impossibly expensive restaurant in River North. You're looking well, Mrs. Hwan observes. Happiness suits you. Thank you. Soul suits you. I hear you've revolutionized Hwan Technologies. Someone had to. My husband certainly wasn't going to do it from prison. She sips wine unbothered. He's appealing his sentence. He'll lose. But he's stubborn. Stubbornness runs in the family. Indeed. Mrs. Hwan sets down her glass. I'm here to ask you a question, Dr. Blake. And I want an honest answer. Okay. Do you love my son? Mercy doesn't hesitate. Yes. Why? Because he's not the man who left me 7 years ago. He's better. Braver. He fights now. For his values. For his people. For me. And you trust him? I do. Finally. Mrs. Hwan nods, satisfied. Good. Then I can tell you my real reason for visiting. She pulls out a small box and slides it across the table. Mercy's heart stops. This was my grandmother's ring, passed down through 4 generations of Hwan women, all of whom were too stubborn to settle for men who didn't deserve them. She opens the box, revealing a simple platinum band with a single diamond. Sang-hoon asked for my blessing to propose. I told him I'd only give it if you were certain. So I'm asking you directly, do you want to marry my son? Mercy stares at the ring, then at Mrs. Hwan. Does he know you're doing this? Absolutely not. He'd be horrified. But I'm old. I've earned the right to meddle. Her expression softens. You saved my life, Dr. Blake. And you saved his. You don't owe me anything. But if you love him, if you truly want this, then take the ring. Give it back to him. Let him propose properly. And if I say no, then I'll respect that. And I'll tell him to wait longer. Or let go entirely. Whatever you need. Mercy picks up the ring. It's beautiful. Delicate. Exactly her style. I want to marry him, she says quietly. I didn't think I would. Didn't think I'd ever trust anyone enough again. But I do. I trust him. I love him. And I'm ready. Mrs. Hwan smiles. Then he's a very lucky man. That night, Mercy waits for Sang-hoon at her apartment. He arrives at 7 p.m., carrying takeout and completely oblivious. Hey, you sounded weird on the phone. Everything okay? Sit down. Okay, now I'm worried. Just sit. He sits. Mercy pulls out the ring box and places it on the coffee table. Sang-hoon's face goes white. Is that, how did my mother? She ambushed me at lunch. Gave me the ring. Told me you wanted to propose. I'm going to kill her. Don't. She's great. Mercy sits beside him. Here's the thing. I know you wanted to plan some big romantic proposal. Probably something involving the pier or a rooftop. I wasn't going to do a flash mob. Good. I'd have said no. She picks up the box. But I don't need big romantic gestures. I don't need perfect. I just need you. Showing up. Trying. Choosing me every day even when it's hard. I can do that. I am doing that. I know. Which is why my answer is yes. Sang-hoon stares. Yes. Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, I want to build a life with you. Yes, I trust you enough to take this risk. She opens the box, takes out the ring. So are you going to ask? Or do I have to propose to myself? He laughs, then drops to one knee right there in her living room. Mercy Blake. You're the strongest, smartest, most terrifying person I've ever met. You saved my mother's life. You saved mine. And you gave me a second chance I absolutely didn't deserve. His voice cracks. I don't know what I did to earn your love, but I promise I'll spend the rest of my life proving I'm worthy of it. Will you marry me? I already said yes. I know, but I wanted to ask properly. Then yes. Again. Always yes. He slides the ring onto her finger. It fits perfectly. 1 year later. Seoul. The wedding is small. Just family and close friends at a hanok in Bukshin. The same one where they hid from Mr. Hwan 3 years ago. The owner cries through the entire ceremony. Mrs. Hwan officiates because of course she does. Ji-won is Mercy's maid of honor. And when they exchange vows, Mercy doesn't cry. She smiles. Because this isn't an ending. It's a beginning. I promise to fight for you, Sang-hoon says. Every day. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. I promise to trust you, Mercy replies. To build this life with you. To choose courage over fear. Every single time. They kiss. The small crowd cheers. And somewhere in the back, Mrs. Hwan whispers to Ji-won. I told you they'd figure it out. You're never wrong, are you? Not about love. And not about my son. He's finally the man I raised him to be. Later, at the reception, Mercy and Sang-hoon sneak away to the roof. The same roof where everything almost ended. Do you ever think about that night? He asks. Every day. It reminds me I'm stronger than I think. You are. The strongest person I know. We both are. That's the point. She leans against him. We broke. We healed. We came back better. No regrets. Only one. What's that? That it took us 7 years to get here. But maybe we needed those years. To become who we are. I'd wait 7 more if it meant ending up here with you. Good thing you don't have to. They stand on the roof, overlooking Seoul, married and happy and whole. It wasn't easy. It wasn't fast. But it was worth it. Every single second. And that's how a black doctor from Chicago ended up marrying a Korean chaebol heir in the same hanok where she once saved his mother's life. Proving that sometimes the best love stories aren't about perfect people, but about broken people who do the work to become whole. If you stayed for this entire journey from that train to Busan all the way to this rooftop wedding, then hit that subscribe button right now because I've got more Afro-Korean love stories coming that'll make your heart race just like this one. Share this video with your friends who love K-drama romance, second chances, and black women who save themselves and get the guy. Send them the link, post it everywhere, let them know this is the representation they've been waiting for. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss when I drop the next story, because YouTube won't show it to you unless you tell the algorithm you're here for it. Drop a comment telling me which moment hit you hardest, the slap, the 3-hour ventilation, the Luke takedown, or the proposal. I'll see you in the next one. Blue Heart.